finishing the lathe work on it. We'll take it out now and cross to the milling machine with it. So we're straight out of the lathe into my square colour holder on the milling machine. So all I do is drill a hole in for a pin to go through, but we couldn't machine it. Flats on it, a square on it. I've got an XE1 so we can machine 6 flats on it, or 3. Very versatile. And take this cutter out, put our drill chuck in. Need to find the centre of the bar. I'm going to use a tool called a wiggler. Right, it's set on centre height of the bar. We'll start it away. Right, you need something to line it up with. You just touch it to push it square to it with your fingers. When it's running through, it doesn't move, it stops it constantly like that. What you do, you wind it towards you. As soon as it touches the workpiece, it'll deflect, pushes it off centre. There. So we can zero our y-axis. The ball on there is 1/4 inch, 250 thou, so straight away what can come towards us 125, 10, 20, 125. That's 600 thou thick, so we can zero that again. 300. That's what dead in the centre of that bit of bar. You look at it, it is dead in the centre, you can tell. Quite a handy tool. This is a good one, a starter one I got given. You can buy cheaper ones. I'm going to put a 6mm, use a 6mm roll pin for the handle. It's actually, we're sorry, a 6mm parallel pin, steel pin, put that through. I've actually got a reamer, the right size, 5.9mm drill and a reamer. Put a centre drill in first. It's not critical where the hole goes. I want to put the hole where I think it's going to look. Where I think it's going to look right. To me, the original hand looked a little bit short. I think that's going to look right. A little bit of lubricant. A 5.9mm drill. Our ream has a more taper shank, won't go in there, so I'll have to put some adapters in. That's what we end up with. It's a 1 most taper into a 2, into a 3, into an R8 to 3 most taper adapter. You can see it's quite long. Take the drill chuck out. In with the adapter. Let's slow this down a bit. Quite a lot actually. One thing with a reamer, never turn them backwards. Hand reamers, always turn them clockwise. Be a nice fit in there, little drop of Loctite, that's all it'll need. Good fit. Okay, so I'll finish on here. It's how good you can go from one machine to the other. And if you're doing repetition jobs, the collar block's still lined up on centre in the milling machine. Oh yeah, twat. Couple of rags on with a drill broke through. A little bit polish up, see what I mean? You put it back on the lathe, it's drilling nice and true. Right, parting off. The tool is dead on centre height, possibly slightly below, and it's dead square with the job. Set the lathe away at a reasonable speed. Once the cutter starts to cut, keep going. Don't back off. Keep winding it in. When you back off, you start to want to break the cutter. Keep winding it in till you get no problem. Don't forget, this isn't mild steel, this is reasonable material we're actually working with here. Put our job back in. All I want to do now, machine into that square and put a chamfer on. And that's about finished. It's again favourite tool, right hand knife tool. Just do this by hand. .45-degree tool, wherever the bastard is. Little chamfer on the end, looks better. Stops you cutting your fingers on the sharp edges. Gently by hand. Polish up. Little sharpen every tape. You didn't use a big long bit, gets wrapped round. Not a good idea. You've got to be careful what you're doing. Your fingers are close to revolving things. Easily become compliant. And that's basically our finished item. That's the original one. I've made the handle on mine slightly taller. I've made the pin smaller as well. I think it looks better. That's a pin that's going to go through it. A little bit of Loctite, tap that in. Right, it's time to try it all together. And well, that was the steel ball we drilled. That was the ferrule that we made. That's the handler. I made mine a T-handle instead of a handle like that. I think it looks better. But I'll do whatever I want. There's an adjuster on the end of here. Unadjust it to take all with plenty of slack in. That goes down through there. That goes through there. And I want to adjust this up. The slack bit. So we can position it wherever we want. Checking it on there. I don't want to set it up properly. And that's it. Quite a handy tool. So you can put it anywhere you want. You're not. So I wanted one for years. I paid next to nothing for it, and it's been quite interesting little job to do. Got a micro adjuster on the bottom as well. I've got plenty of adapters that'll go in there, so I can put my various clock gauges in. yes, I can think of a few uses for that. Thanks for watching. Gently through, twat the thing, and start again with a bastard. All the engineer on track, that's how it works. Right, a bit of oil, nice and gently through.